Now, the Indianapolis is a Tier 7 American cruiser. What's unique about her is her radar. This is her gimmick. It reaches to 10 kilometer. At Tier 7, that's a ridiculously long range for American radar. She's got 203 millimeter main battery guns with improved AP pen, which is really sexy as well for an American heavy cruiser. Pretty good maneuverability and stuff like that as well. She's a very fun ship. She's a hard ship to play in warships, which is one of the reasons I actually really enjoy her, because she's not one of those just OP ships that people take and then just go dominate with. You really have to work at it to make this ship work. Alright, so let's take a look at the build that Pock is running. He is running main armaments into damage control systems, aiming systems, and then finally propulsion modification. Now, again, I typically like to look at maneuverability for propulsion. Your rudder shift time is 8.35. Propulsion works there. Alternately, you could go for steering gears. The reason for steering gears is simply if you want to try to dodge more incoming AP from battleships and that sort of deal, you save a second or so from your rudder shift time. Aside from that, you've got surveillance radar or fighter. Why the hell would you take a fighter in this ship? And then you've got either hydro or defensive anti-air. Again, there's no reason probably to take defensive anti-air fire. You're better off taking hydroacoustic search.
Especially in rank when there's no CVs.
Especially in rank because you're guaranteed no carriers. Exactly right. Pock, is this a special captain?
It is Halsey.
Seeing a grease the gears in slot 1 here, I would expect it to be a Halsey or a Doe, because if you look at that, they get the bonuses to those commander skills. Plus, Halsey gets his talents as well. So why wouldn't you do that, especially in a ranked situation? So
This is a Des Moines captain.
Yeah, that Boeing Salem, Puerto Rico, Alaska.
Right.
All done.
Makes
right,
sense.
which is why superintendent is there, because you want that extra heal at tier 10. At tier 7, there's no extra heal because there's no heal.
Yeah, that's
but-
why I was asking. Like,
Yeah,
My American
survivability
line
works.
Captain is Ovechkin. Halsey's my heavy.
Got it. Now, if you were to build a specific commander for the Indianapolis, I might go for heavy AP shells, right, instead of superintendent, because you don't get any extra any extra heals.
I'd pick up the
and your-
priority target.
And your AP is very sexy. Priority target can work as well, and then maybe last stand. Sure.
Or the consumable specialist.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Otherwise, I mean, this is a standard Des Moines Salem build, whatever. So that's fine. And then your signals, you've got anti-det, you've got ramming, both fire chances, fire reduction, hydroacoustic, and then you've got speed boost and then consumables prep. Sure, makes sense. Okay. Let's get into the game. Unless there's anything to add, Pac.
Not that I don't think I have anything to add.
Okay. This is ranked battles. This is fault line. Which league is this in ranked? Do you know?
Bronze. This was the first day of ranked on the patch.
Had to be bronze. I think silver is tier 8, right?
Yes, silver is tier 8 and gold is 10 in super. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Steel World, can somebody steer me as to where I can make a complaint about WoW schedule? They have changed the start time again. This had you missing the 4 p.m. Twitch stream today because it was changed to 3. As Mike says, the community Discord is probably a good place to go for that.
Hold on. Are you talking about today's stream in EU?
That could be it.
I'm assuming what happened is if you're in NA, last week is
The time
when
zones?
yeah, that's when daylight savings end. A lot of the rest of the world do not observe that. For them, they haven't actually changed their schedule. Just kind of pointing out.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, good. I still have a little bit of dirty water left. I don't like your Blitzka and Akat going to the same place. I really don't like your battleships going the opposite direction of your destroyers.
I mean, maybe the destroyers are splitting up still. One to B, one to C.
The battleships make my brain hurt near the end of the match.
This
I
is
mean, I can't-
bronze. I honestly rather have everyone one giant blob, considering when 99% of bronze players seems to explode whenever they are 5 kilometers away from the nearest allied ship.
Mm-hmm.
Fair point.
Enemy force detected.
It's
That being
really,
said-
really weird though that these battleships go to the other side though. Like
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, Steel Raw, I'm not sure what to say. Join the community Discord, voice your displeasure if you want. I don't know what else you can do. Now look, you're changing from HE to AP here because you see the Helena.
As a side note, you don't want to go this aggressively because you're showing broadside, you are spotted. If a Synop decides to shoot you, you're not gonna have a fun time.
At the very least, I would be turning to the right and slowing down so that I can turn hard right if I need to dodge incoming shells from the Synop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
And
instead
for
what you're
getting
doing
to
is just moving straight ahead.
And for getting to that island, I would go more east at the very start and then dive into the island, not take a direct path. Because what
See
you're
what that
doing
just
is
did to you?
literally gamble.
Yep, that was the Rook that just looked like it hit you. And there
Yeah,
goes
that was
a
the
third of
Rook.
your hit points. All that so that you can get 2,000 damage on the Helena.
Totally worth it.
No. No.
I
So
would
when
destroy
I know
all-
battleships have an angle on me, I always go evasive immediately, and then I worry about doing damage secondary.
Yeah, this is a tier where cruisers are pretty fragile, so you have to really mind your angles.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I might have stopped here and waited. Try to get your front guns on maybe the Helena or something like that, but if you stayed behind the island, then you wouldn't be detected as you fired. Because now if you shoot the Synop, you're going to be detected and shot at and killed, most likely.
Yeah.
Oh, you're already detected, never mind. Synop just moved forward into your concealment, so... GG.
Now,
Akat,
now
though...
you're hoping Akatsuki torps him.
Exactly. And he does have torpedoes
More
out.
distracted on the York than anything.
Sorry, say that again?
The Synop was distracted on the York until he saw the torps.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the Akatsuki actually got too close and got hard spotted too.
Yeah, he did.
If that
Yep.
didn't happen, the Synop might have taken all the torps, me completely unaware.
Right, the Synop turned in hard. Yep.
Hard to say. I mean, Synop is already yellowing to the middle for no apparent reason.
Yeah, so there's no reason to think that he would have stopped YOLOing there, right? Unless he saw the Akatsuki.
So yeah, very dangerous for you to just come out like this, and then now you... Well, Akat took care of the trouble for you. That... Make sure you compliment that Akat. Let me put it that way.
I did.
Good.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
Still, you're tied up on ship, so I mean, it's not the greatest of situation for you to be in. You're up against the King George and the Rook. You already saw what the Rook can do to you. And I don't think the Rook is that low health. Sims.
And then you have a King George 5. He's going to be shooting at you, so no dodging that damage.
Right. If you're lucky-ish, it'll most likely just be HE. There's the first salvo he shot.
It is going to be HE, but that also means there's no way to angle, so it's a slow
Right.
death.
Why is that
It's just-
Sims here? instead of dropping the battleships over there.
Bronze.
This is ranked.
Okay,
My
fair
dude.
enough. Fair enough.
Focus on the Sims. Where are you looking now? Okay.
I was looking around just to see him, just to see the other battleship while my gun's still trained on the Sims.
Okay. The only reason I bring that up is you lost a little bit of time there on the Sims.
168. That's gonna cost you.
That's right. Alright, Z39 is effed off. He's gone through the channel. So now you've got a King George V that's charging you. And you are quite low on HP, and he is, full HP?
You did have no grand flag on, if I remember correctly, so...
But there's no death
Well-
here.
I think I would... I know there's no death pick, I'm just saying, I think I would try for the ram here at this point.
Hawk
Because
aiming
there's no
high
way
on
you're gonna
purpose.
make like, you're not gonna make a turn here and survive.
Now, two things I want to say. One is you're very fortunate he switched to AP,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
you don't care about that. The second thing I want to point out is I wouldn't be aiming for his superstructure here. I would actually be aiming for his bow. And the reason for that is very simple. If you get a fire going on his bow, it's much harder for him to see you at close range. The smoke just blocks his vision.
I was just worried of the shells falling short
I would...
somehow.
Honestly, I would be shooting AP at his turrets here, trying to break them. So you
I
can
would-
get the ram off.
I would not do that in a heavy cruiser.
It's a King George.
AT time, baby.
It's a battleship.
I like this view right here. You're at the turret view. It allows you to look down easier and angle, and you are looking for his superstructure. Matter of fact, pardon me, I'm taking a screenshot. All right, here we go.
The ship is on fire.
Nice hit there.
Problem
6
solved, sir.
citadels. King George almost killed right from that. Rear turret. That was way fast. I don't think you expected to do that much damage, and then you're like, oh my god!
Yeah, no, I wasn't
You
expecting to
coulda-
get away with that. And that last turret, I was trying to break his rear gun so he wouldn't shoot me.
But you could have had that kill right there if you had kept the lock on him. Instead, you went, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and you went all over the place.
If you shot the rear in a 6 in
Enemy
the
battleship
last one,
destroyed.
you would have actually killed him.
That's what I mean.
That
That's what I mean.
King George had zero respect for you.
It's
Right.
bronze.
You took the eye off the ball, and then I love it. The Z39 is even confused. You're confused yourself. Either way, that King George just threw the game away, because as long as you can stay behind cover, you've got this.
Pretty much.
I'd be slowing down here. I wouldn't be going full speed forward.
I was trying to gun for the B cap.
It's
Okay.
not that high priority. You need to kill Rook.
Killing Rook and staying alive is more of a priority in my opinion. I agree. But at least here he's got the ability to duck behind the cliff. Still, that's where you had the opportunity to slow down.
Too bad there's no option. There's no like complimenting option that says paid actor.
Oops.
The
Right.
KGV was definitely a paid actor.
So I was looking at the ammo, KGV, frontal turret plate 330.
Mm-hmm.
An Indy Pence 330 at 4.5 kilometers.
I would
Mhm.
I would assume also it's slightly angled, so it's
Nope.
not something I want to gamble on.
It's not angled, it's flat.
I'm with SAT though. I'd rather just go for the citadels and not worry about.
I mean, the moment you
turrets.
turn, yes. But, like, I was still trying to figure out we would be going towards each other, towards a ram here. I didn't expect
Yeah.
that King George to do what he did.
In a bow-on situation, I understand.
Our victory Victory is in sight.
So unless you know the armor values very specifically, it's best just to go for the bow in HE, because knocking out a battleship turret is not reliable. And let's assume even if you can pen that one, like you can get penetrations, but that's not a guarantee you can knock out the turret.
My KGV on my team hurts my brain. As I told them not to push since we're winning, and they think we need to push.
Win harder.
Bronze.
Sure. Bronze.
Like the KGV says, that's how you lose by is not pushing when we have the winning lead.
It's
I
bronze.
also want to point out.
Look, he wants you to do what his buddy King George on the red team did, okay?
Yep.
Like, you don't go to bronze and expect intellectual discussion. Okay?
I was hoping the first day of bronze I'd get at least some of the more reasonable players.
Yep. Patton, you're welcome to send. Patton, you're welcome to send a clan battle replay. Also, Hawk, dude, right here. You haven't used it once yet. This is a great opportunity for a radar right here. Get an idea what the Rook is doing. Maybe help your teammates as well.
I forget if I use it here or not.
Yeah, info radar is very useful. But, well, whatever.
Yes, shortly after.
Yeah, I see that now. Sure.
So,
whatever you want, Patton. We're not doing it today, though. Just so you know.
What I would have done is actually back up behind the island and kind of create like a pseudo crossfire.
You are trying to go for the kill secure just because I saw how low he was. And I wanted the more XP.
Here. What SAT is saying.
Yeah, reverse background, so the Strasbourg has a line of fire there, and I would have the Rook side because it would be focused on the Strasbourg.
Right here. So I'm demonstrating this because not everybody understands this, right? You back up, you're firing your main guns, your two bow guns. Forget your rear turret, but fire your bow guns over the island. The island here acts to block your concealment. Maybe you need to be a little bit closer, but you get the idea. You're shooting the Rook for free. Versus what you did, which is like, oh, hello, buddy. And
I wanted the kill.
And
I get it.
At least we need to time it so his guns have already just shot.
I get that you wanted the kill, but this guy is the one that slammed you for like a third or 40% of your health at the start of the game. You want to give him another shot at you? I wouldn't, personally. I'd be like, nope. I'm hiding from you all game long. You know what I mean?
Torpedoes, dead ahead. Torpedoes, dead
And,
ahead.
well, that's it. It's at 39, and that should be game. Because it's ranked, so there you go.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Yeah. Bronze... Like, honestly, when it comes to communication, you really shouldn't expect much from bronze, alright? If they know how to press W, and they know how to look, where to look at the enemy, it's usually all you can ask for.
Yeah. You're very fortunate, for whatever reason, your battleships went one way, your destroyers went a different. Usually that's a recipe for disaster in ranked battles. Somehow you guys managed to pull this back. And frankly, I think a lot of that was you smacking... Let's see how much damage you did to that King George V. 64,500. Pretty good. So... I like that you showcase the strength of the Indianapolis. She's a fantastic heavy cruiser. Very fun heavy cruiser.
Especially after the buff she received not that long ago, buffing her nose to 25. I would have not been able to survive against the King George if it still had a 16 nose. I would have been overmatched. Because
let me pull up the calculator. 25mm bow armor times 14.3 means that the King George needs a 358 or higher millimeter main gun. What's the King George's main battery caliber?
356.
It's 356. Just shy of that.
Yeah, this is also why I thought you could probably pen it, because I knew it was lower caliber and a weaker turret.
Autumn, replays go to your World of Warships / replays folder. By default, it keeps the top 30 of them. You can mod it to keep multiple of them, and they're just literally .wows replays files. And that's what you submit to me. There used to be a forum article on how to do that, but then Wargaming nuked the forums. So GG. Anyway.
Time for a lotto?
I do not.
Okay, then we can just do that next time.
We can. I've got a whole bunch of replays ready for the next one. Here's our replay render. I promised the wife that I would be done by 6 o'clock, and if I did another one, I'd be going into 6:30, 6:45. And then I'd have to deal with the wrath of the wife.
Taking into consideration what SAT said earlier, I think here is where he meant I should have gone further east.
Yep, that is correct.
At the very start?
Yeah, like as soon as I rounded the island to my right, I should have just gone further east.
Mm-hmm.
So, starting from your spawn, if you went to the H7 H line, the line between 7 and 8, if you go there and then turn in, head straight into that sea island, then you would be relatively angled. But what you did,
More important,
but your pathing took you, basically gave you a complete broadside to the Rook.
yeah, more importantly, it also gives you a lot more range with which to play with to try to dodge incoming fire. That's the hardest part right here, because you're going to just, like, you see a broadside Helena and you want it. And I can tell you want it. Everybody can tell you want it. Thank you, Puddin. Puddin, do another giveaway. Get another one going for... Do a CC container if you wouldn't mind. I'll take care of it. And then right here, boom. By the way, take a look at how far away the King George is right now. He's not a threat at all. Thank you, Puddin.
Well, thankfully the Sinal didn't shoot at me either.
Well, he was a little distracted. One, you've got a York that's like right in front of him, flat broadside. I mean, that's low-hanging fruit. You know he's going to go for that. Two, he's got an ACAT right next to him that got himself spotted for no good reason. So.
Yep.
Devasco, what don't you see?
Yeah, barring that, he would have targeted next.
Indianapolis was buffed to 25.
That was a while ago, like a year almost.
It was a few months ago. I know it was before I quit playing for 3 months.
I don't think it was a few months ago. It was a bit longer. Let me
I
double
thought so
check.
too. Either way, I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it. Pock, I don't think that would have impacted this game. Because yes, I agree that the King George overmatches your bow. I don't think any of his shells actually landed on your bow.
The one cell he shot after he chunked me from 5 digits to 4 digits did land on the bow.
Okay.
Like that's how he just shot right there. That one did land on the bow.
Okay. I'm just thinking back to what I remember seeing. Hey Zeus, how's it going?
And here I don't know what happened because he shot at me, but I guess he fell short somehow.
That's where you can look at the replay and see where it goes.
The King George does not overmatch 25.
Right, we know that.
Yeah.
It's like 2 millimeters too short.
Yeah,
Probably changed with the IFHE work, says Ujam. True.
No,
I don't think it wasn't
no.
I'll find when it was changed. Give me a moment.
I'm looking up right
12.5 is
now.
when it went live. Hujam says 12.5, so that would have been 5 months ago. Okay.
Yeah, it was 12.5. Just checked it. That's also when
Thank you,
Anchorage got
Hujam.
its buff. That's when Anchorage got its buff to have Hydra in the separate slot, and the North Carolina got a Sigma buff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, This is a fun ranked battle. I think what tilted the scales, right, was you're able to kill this King George single-handedly, and that the Synop died to the ACAT. Really, the Synop dying to the ACAT is what clinched it for you guys. If the Synop lives, you're dead, and so much of the rest of your team, too.
Is then the sign up would have had crossfire on the rest of my
There's
fellowships.
so many
Yes.
questionable plays
But then
No,
again, like
on
as
bronze.
he said,
on both
bronze.
teams, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's your average bronze game.
Bronze. That's
Like,
what it is.
Why is the Sinnoh pushing in there? Why is the Sims then suddenly showing up there? Why is the King George
Sims?
showing broadside? Like,
Sim showing up in B, totally expected. That's not a shocker to me whatsoever.
why?
Because the Sims doesn't know what else to do. So what is he gonna do? He's gonna
Torp
advance
all the
to find the
battleships
enemy.
that are down there?
Why would he
No.
tort the battleships? He needs to spot the enemy for his team.
Yes, I will run to the radar cruiser and die right there. That is my purpose.
It's ranked, baby.
Yeah. Expecting anything
I don't know why the
intelligent
KGB
ranked.
didn't go for the ram here either.
Why
Like,
would he?
Because he expected the easy kill on you, and then it didn't happen.
But
You're
after he
a
shot,
cruiser, he's a battleship.
after he shot, he's the one that started turning away from the rams. I was like, well, all right.
Yeah, why would he? Why would
I
he
mean,
want to ram there?
His mistake was that he fired at you while you were bow on, first of all, with AP, and then second of all, he didn't save his salvo for when he took you on the side. That's his problem. So, oh well.
He tried to be smart and switch off of HE on a British battleship, and it
So are we
backfired.
titling this replay bronze or mistakes?
Bronze
Hmm.
mistakes.
It's bronze.
Bronze mistakes. Very good. I
Bronze
like it.
stakes.
Average bronze game. But no, like this, as I said many times, this is bronze. You're not expecting intelligent plays.
I know that. I played some bronze myself, but it felt like none of the decisions I experienced in my ranked games I played so far
Yes,
this
I was
patch
really-
were on that level of
I was just
bad.
hoping, since this was the first day of the patch, first day of the new ranked sprint, I was like, maybe there's gonna be some of the better players.
I mean, hey,
yeah, how did that work out?
but
No.
you guys are laughing about the Pac made a big mistake too. Let's not forget that. You
I
know,
know.
like
I made
Like,
a clown
a
move
lot-
myself.
a lot of people made a lot of big mistakes in this game, and that's why I think a lot of people come back to World of Warships, because it's not a game that once you make one mistake, you're punished through the rest of the game, and there's no coming back. I think that's something that makes this game unique. I've been looking at a lot of games with my stack up job, looking at other games out there, and I think that I truly think that's something that makes this game special, to where so many people keep coming back. Right? It's because of the fact that the game isn't over until it's actually over. Sure,
not
there are
punished.
games that are blowouts. That
You're
happens.
not punished for one mistake you make. You have to make
Correct.
Unless you're a destroyer.
Unless you're me.
All right. Well, Pac, hey, thank you for sending the